it's different, it's all alive on the inside. Step right up, people. There we go. It's new, it's different, it's all alive. See the fabulous little Egypt, who once danced for the Queen of England. Little Egypt, the shimmy dancer. Now, in all confidence, folks, for those of you who've never seen the female figure in delicious movement from head to toe, you can see it here for only 25 cents, $1/4 of a dollar at 2-bit piece. You'll see the most delightful package of poker to ever put on public display. On the inside right now,
Paul, ain't this the beatin'est dead-gum thing you ever seen?
Virginia City's really come of age now that the carnival circuit has hit it.
Oh, I can't stand it. Look at him. Suppose we were to miss.
Oh, he ain't gonna miss.
Well, you don't look very scared, Jennifer.
What's there to be scared of? I'd give anything in the world to change places with that girl up there.
I promise you won't get water in your eyes or a tender
Well, Adam, I guess you and I'd better get on our way. We've been here longer than we planned. Harriet? Jennifer? Good night. Joe? You promised Mr. Beale faithfully you'd get the girls home by 10 o'clock tonight.
Right.
Mr. Cartwright, please. Do you have to remind me?
Don't worry, Pa. I'll keep an eye on him.
Good.
Sure, Pa, but who's going to keep an eye on him?
2 bits, 25 cents, $1/4 of a dollar right here, folks.
Haas will.
See the most delectable package of poker.
Isn't that right, Haas?
Have a full
Huh?
public display.
I mean, sir.
Yes, indeed. Right here,
He'll do
right
fine,
here.
Pa. Ask no more.
You're going to see this charming little lady move every muscle in her body.
Well, good night, girls. Good night, Haas. Joe?
Good night, Pa.
Good night.
Hey. Ain't this the beatin'est nut-burn thing you ever seen, Joe?
Well, you're just not kidding.
Looking at anything special, Gunnar?
That girl, the redhead. She looks familiar.
Hey, you reckon what we ought to take in first?
Hey, how about the Mystic Tent? Like to have my fortune told. All right.
That's what I'd like to hear about. Wouldn't you, Harriet?
Well, not if it's any
Come
bad
on,
news,
let's
I
go.
wouldn't.
She's been plastered all over the front pages of the San Francisco paper for the past couple of months. That's Joshua Beale's daughter.
Joshua Beale. The Silver King. He's one of the richest men in the world.
Stop dreaming, Gunnar.
Before the big show begins, the most electrifying 10th act ever to appear on the Midway west of the Mississippi.
Just once in my life, I'd like to get my hands on some real money. What do you suppose Beale figures that daughter's worth to her?
More money than we'll ever see, Gunnar.
Hey, Haas, you gonna let this guy read your future?
I don't know. I might just take him on. Ever since that old Paiute squaw read my palm and told me I was going to be taking that long trip, I've been plumb off my feed bag. I can't eat but 5 or 6 meals.
Hey!
Now, if one of you will give to my assistant some personal object. Don't be afraid, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing will happen to it. If you please, some personal object.
Are you ready, Mr. Wizard?
I am ready.
Then can you tell me what I'm holding in my hand?
I see a round object of precious metal. I hear a strange sound, a very strange sound. I believe it is a gold pocket watch.
Joe, how do you reckon he does that?
Beats the heck out of me.
You think it's some sort of trick?
Oh, of course it's a trick.
How do you know?
Well, I just...
Silence. And now, I will bring to you one of the most astounding disappearance acts in the annals of all magic. And tonight, just to prove to you that this is truly an outstanding and remarkable feat, instead of using my regular assistant, I shall ask one of you to assist me. Is there a young lady in the audience who would like to disappear for a few minutes? I assure you it's a thrill that you have never realized before.
I'd like to try.
Hey,
Jennifer.
Jenny, you know what your pa said about leaving little Joe's sight?
He didn't say anything about this. And besides, this'll be fun.
Yeah, but if you disappear, that's going to be leaving his sight, ain't it?
Jennifer, sit down. Well, everybody's looking at you.
Hey, Joe, don't you think you ought to stop her?
I'm gonna let her go ahead. It's just a trick.
It seems a shame to make such a pretty young lady disappear. Don't worry, young man. I'll have her back to you soon enough. Now, you see, ladies and gentlemen, that this is an ordinary wardrobe trunk. Young lady.
Where am I?
Backstage.
And I open it.
Why is she always doing things like that? Like the time she ran off to San Francisco.
I kind of like it. Shows she's got a lot of spunk.
The young lady will reappear when the mystic spirits are willing.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, while that beautiful young lady is out there floating around in space, I offer you, for 2 bits, a quarter part of a dollar, this elixir of life that will lift you right...
You know, young lady, since you were kind enough to join our act, I hope you'll be discreet enough to keep our secret. I'm Phil Reed, owner of the show.
Oh, I won't tell. But I must say, I certainly expected much more than a back door and a trunk.
I guess our magic is pretty simple, huh?
Is it? You know, it's the most fascinating place I've ever seen.
I think you better get back in the trunk. It won't take long before he sells all the snake oil.
Even when you know the tricks, there's such a strange atmosphere, such an air of excitement about it all.
It's a living.
Oh, I'm sure it's much more than that. Much more.
I think you better get back to your friends, huh?
Please, Mr. Reed. I can get away from my friends.
Now, look, if you're not in that box when he opens it, the whole act is going to be ruined.
Isn't there any way I can change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Aren't you afraid of what could happen to you in a circus sideshow alone?
Afraid? Mr. Reed, I'm not afraid of anything.
I'll bet you're not.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I think that the beautiful young lady who has been so far away from us may have returned.
Hey, where'd you go off to?
Far, far away.
No, really.
It's all the way behind that curtain over there.
Well, Jennifer, aren't you going to tell us about it? Maybe. Someday.
And that's only the beginning, folks. Only the beginning. I want to call your attention to one of the most sensational acts ever presented west of the Mississippi. In just a few moments, directly next door, we're going to present that 350-pound strong man, Hercules. Just follow me right this way. The greatest act of its kind ever presented on our Midway. Right this way, you'll love it. It's the most sensational, outstanding act. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Hercules is going to bend this solid 1-inch iron bar like it was made out of this sawdust on the floor. Hercules. How about that, folks? Hey. Would you like to examine that bar, sir, to see that it's genuine? Thank you. Would you like to examine this, sir? Try that right in there, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, what are you, smart aleck? Ladies and gentlemen, if there's anybody in the audience who doubts the genuine strength of Hercules or thinks that this is some form of trickery, Hercules is now ready to match his strength against any two men in the audience. And furthermore, we're prepared to offer $50. $50 to any man or woman who can force Hercules across this white line within the time limit of 1 minute. Do we have any takers, huh? What about you two stalwart young gentlemen down there, huh, with the two beautiful young ladies, huh?
Us?
Yeah, you two. Come on up, boys, and show the girls how strong you are.
Go on, little Joe. You're not afraid to at least try, are you? Why, he's bigger than anything.
Would you like to try your luck?
Come on, Haas. I think we can take him.
You on?
Let's go.
All right, gentlemen, the time limit is 1 minute, remember? To pull Hercules across this white line. Are you ready? Go! And now there, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest advertisement in the world for our elixir of life. Would you believe it, folks, at one time, this poor boy was only a 74-pound weakling. But after 90 days and 90 nights, Hercules, taking this elixir of life, today, look at the results. 355 pounds of solid blubber, or muscle. There he is, folks, Hercules. One time, a 74-pound weakling. Come on. Hey, time. Hercules is the winner. Hercules is the winner now. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you. Let's keep moving it along, folks. Keep it moving along. Some wonderful shows out on the Midway. See the sword swallower and the fire eater who swallows hot coals right out.
Jennifer's gone. She's disappeared out of the tent.
She's gone. Did you see her leave?
I was watching the stage. Why is she always doing things like this?
Oh, it's probably just her idea of some kind of a joke.
We gotta find her.
No, we're gonna find her. And when we find her, I'm gonna hog tie her for the rest of the evening. Come on.
Come on, let's go. Let's find out where she could be.
You didn't do so good tonight out there, Della.
Don't start an argument with me, Phil. Not tonight. I'm tired.
I'm talking about the good of the show. Those rubes pay their money to see you give a performance.
How long do I have to keep on doing this? You told me a year ago we could get married, I could get out of the act and help you run the show.
Next time you go on, you give them their money's worth.
Another argument?
Oh, no, not really. Just that I know him so well. He saw a pretty young girl out in the audience tonight, captured his fancy. He looks at her, wanting her, and then he looks at me.
Why don't you let me be the mystic in the show, huh? I'll tell you what we'll do. As soon as Hercules finishes his act, the three of us will go out and have a cup of coffee together. I'll tell your fortune.
Oh, Mr. Reed, I was looking for you.
Well, I can't say I'm not flattered. Well, what are you doing wandering around out here alone?
What do you propose to do about it? Send me back again?
Is there any reason why I shouldn't?
Just one, Mr. Reed. It wouldn't do any good.
How does your father put up with you?
Oh, Father. He just doesn't understand me. He doesn't realize I'm not as conservative as young ladies of his day.
Why don't we go someplace where we can talk? Huh?
I was hoping you'd say that.
My wagon's right here.
Let's go.
Someday I'll kill him for what he does to her.
Poor Hercules. Do you think that will make her love you?
I had no idea a sideshow wagon would be like this.
Well, not all of them are. But there has to be some compensation for owning the show.
I'm sure there must be.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Oh, let's say, compensation such as, entertaining young ladies in your private quarters. Isn't that right, Mr. Reed?
You're a very attractive young lady.
Thank you. And you're a very handsome man. Now, Mr. Reed, I thought we came in here to talk.
Can't you knock?
I can if I want to. Hello, Miss Beale.
I didn't tell you my name.
Oh, I know your name. I know your father's name, too. Joshua Beale. The richest man on the Comstock. How much do you suppose you're worth to that father of yours, Miss Beale?
Are you out of your mind, Gunnar?
I, Mr. Reed, or you, if you miss this chance. We can break camp tonight. By tomorrow morning, we can be over the mountain and well on our way to Placerville. All you have to do is write a note to Joshua Beale. $1 million. That's all it'll cost him to get his pretty little girl back home.
You'll never get away with it.
With your help, I can, Reed. Listen, Reed, $1 million. Do you know what that could mean? You always wanted to make some big money. Shut up! Don't scream, lady. This is a sharp knife.
Where do you think you'd hide her?
I thought you'd figure out a way. You ought to hold her like I'm doing. You don't know how good it feels to hold $1 million. We're gonna have to tie her up, Phil. Get the rope. It's right behind you. Go on, Phil.
You're a good girl, Daisy. Just keep quiet about it. If anybody asks you, you haven't seen anything, you understand? You've always been my favorite, Daisy. You can have a job with me as long as you want it. Just keep quiet about it. You don't know anything. Okay?
It's all alive. See the
Hey, Joe.
Egypt.
I'll ask this fella here.
Here we go. It's only 2 bits, 25 cents, a quarter part of $1 on the inside. What do you say, folks? Just step right.
You ain't seen a little red-headed girl about so high, have you?
Why don't you look inside, buddy? Get a ticket right over there. Right this way, folks. Follow me. Right next door. Here's one of those outstanding faces that has people the sword can go down the curved neck. For those of you who haven't seen the female figure in delicious movement from head to toe.
Ain't no use in asking him. He's got a gullet full of sword anyhow.
He wouldn't tell you anything anyway. These carny people stick together tighter than those bartenders in San Francisco the time they tried to Shanghai our pop.
How do we know she's even here at all?
Well, where else would she be?
Salt Lake or St. Louis, for all we know.
Boss, I think we can cover more ground if we split up. Why don't you and Harriet look out here? I'll check behind those tents.
All right, you be careful, you hear?
Right.
Daggone if he don't get mixed up with some of the dangest women I ever saw.
Now, you be careful what you say, Haas. Jennifer's my best friend.
Now, listen, if you're so dang close to her, why don't you tell her to be real friendly and come on back here?
Yes, what is it?
I saw your wagon. I was just trying to find out who's in charge of the show.
I am. Why, do you have a complaint?
No, no complaints. See, I came here with a girl tonight. Now she's disappeared. I just wondered if you might have seen her.
Sonny, I see an awful lot of people, and happily all paying customers.
Yeah, well, about this girl. Her name's Jennifer Beale. She's 18, she has light red hair, brown eyes.
Well, from your description, I can understand why you feel badly about losing her. But you know what they say. They don't always go home with the fellas that brought them. Sorry, I can't help you.
May I come in? My name is Joe Cartwright. I just wondered if,
You're a little young for this sort of thing, aren't you, Joe Cartwright?
Oh, look, you don't understand. You see, I didn't come here to, Well, what I mean is...
Exactly what do you mean, Joe?
Well, I'm sorry I barged in on you like this, Miss Little Egypt.
Call me Della.
Thanks, Della. Say, I brought my girl to the show tonight.
Yes, I remember seeing her. She's very pretty.
No, she's disappeared. I've been all over the carnival asking questions. Nobody seems to want to give me any answers. That's why when I saw your light, I...
Sure. It hurts to lose someone, doesn't it?
Oh, it's not quite as painful as all that. It's just that I am supposed to make sure she's all right. I don't think she's run off with another fella.
All right, tell me about her. Who is she?
Her name's Jennifer Beale.
Well, is there anything special about her, or some reason someone might want to harm her?
Yeah, there's one big one. Her father's one of the richest men on the Comstock.
Yes, that is a reason. You stay here, Joe. I'll go ask some questions. Maybe I can find your girl for you.
Thanks, Della.
What you doing here, boy? You looking for something to steal?
Now, wait a minute, mister. I'm no thief.
Well, I think you are. I think we better teach you a lesson.
Now, look, wait a minute, fellas. We can talk.
A good job, boys. Very good. That'll teach them from snooping around, huh? Wait a minute. Is this his gun?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Hello, Della. How'd you do?
Oh, pretty well. How did you do?
What's that supposed to mean? Something on your mind?
Well, a young man just paid me a visit in my tent, and it seems he lost his girlfriend.
Well, what's that got to do with me?
Well, it just sounded familiar, that's all.
Oh, honey. I thought we weren't going to have any more of those suspicions.
I saw you talking to a girl earlier, Phil, and I saw you bring her in here.
Mm-hmm. And if you'd hung around a few minutes, you would have seen her leave. Oh, she was a child. An innocent kid looking for adventure. I got rid of her fast.
You are telling me the truth, aren't you, Phil? You're not lying to me.
Oh, Della, there's nobody else but you. Can't you believe that?
Sure. I can believe it.
Well, then let's forget about the girl. I saw the kid who visited you in your tent. I told him maybe his girl saw a boy she liked better and went home with him.
I guess that's what she did.
Sure. Now, come on, you're tired. Get a little rest because we're pulling out tonight.
Tonight?
Hmm?
Why tonight? I thought we were going to play this stand for the rest of the week.
We were. But I changed my mind. See you later.
You have got the girl, haven't you, Phil?
Are we going to start that all over
Oh,
again?
stop lying to me. I know who she is and what you're trying to do.
All right, so you know. Della, this is the biggest thing that ever happened to us.
Do you think you can kidnap Joshua Beale's daughter and get away with it?
She fell into our laps. I didn't invite her in here. She walked in. She's worth $1 million to us. Do you know the kind of life we can have with $1 million?
Oh, Phil, I love you. I guess I always will. But I'd rather see you dead than mixed up in something like this.
Della, we're not going to harm the girl. When Joshua Beale pays off, we'll turn her loose.
How can you stand there and say you're going to turn her loose? Don't you know she'll remember you? If you go through with this, you can't turn her loose.
Who said anything about turning her loose? Does she know where the girl is?
No.
You shouldn't have told Della about the girl, Phil.
I didn't tell her. She figured it out.
Well, that's too bad. Yes, that's very bad, isn't it, Phil?
All right, it's too bad.
I don't know where else we can look. We done covered every inch of this carnival.
Twice.
Yeah, I reckon I might as well be getting you on home, Harriet. There ain't no use in your folks thinking you disappeared, too. Wonder what happened to little Joe.
Haas?
Hey, Joe. What happened? What's the matter, boy?
The 4 guys just piled me up in there. I'll be all right, don't worry.
What happened to your gun?
Yeah, they must have taken it after they beat me up. Well, you know, there's something real wrong around here, Haas. I got dumped because I was asking questions about Jennifer.
You mean that this is just one of her jokes? You think something's happened to her?
Hey, listen. Haas, you take Harriet home. On the way, stop by. Tell Sheriff Brady to get over here. The carnival as quick as he can.
What are you going to be doing in the meantime?
Well, the only thing I can do, keep on looking.
Joe, you gotta find her.
Yeah, Harriet, I know.
I'll bring the sheriff myself. Be back in a minute. Come on.
Right.
Joe. Joe, what happened to you? Where were you?
Oh, honey, that's a fine question for you to ask me after you had your 4 friends work me over.
Work you over? Joe, I didn't. I've got to talk to you. It's about Jennifer.
All right, you said you knew something about Jennifer.
Please believe me, Joe. I'm trying to help you find your girl. She's somewhere here in the carnival.
Oh, we're gonna find her, all right. I've already sent for the sheriff.
Please, Joe. Let me do this my way. Don't call in the sheriff. The carnival people are good friends of mine. They'll help.
I've already seen the way they help. I'll take the sheriff.
But if the sheriff comes, then a lot of innocent people will be hurt. People I love and that are good people that know nothing about this.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't help that.
Joe, let me...
Della!
You killed her. No. Hercules, no. Della wouldn't want it that way. Come on, Hercules. Come on. I'm gonna kill you. No! Come on, fella.
You shot her. Where? What happened? Where?
All right, quiet. Quiet down, all of you. I'm in charge here.
There's a lot of things I gotta know.
Well, first of all, I didn't do it. Second, they got Jennifer hid out around here someplace.
You better forget about Jennifer. There's been a murder here.
Yeah, I know. That girl was killed because she was trying to help me find Jennifer.
You know anything about this, Reed?
Well, the boy talked to me. I've questioned everybody in the show, and nobody knows anything about her.
Is this your gun?
Yes, it's my gun, but I didn't have it when this...
I think you better come along with me.
Look, I'm not going to leave here till we find Jennifer.
Son, I know Jennifer as well as you do. Maybe better. I had a posse out combing the hills for her that time she run off to San Francisco.
Joe, maybe you ought not to make any more trouble for yourself.
Come along.
Hey, look what's happening. Hey, he's going this way.
Cartwright, in here. I'm trying to help you. In here.
I don't know what you're up to, mister, but thanks a lot.
I'm not up to anything. I'm Rudin. I was Della Thompson's closest friend. I don't believe you killed her.
Ma'am, are you sure you didn't see him come by here?
I didn't see anything. I just sit here. I don't see nothing.
Sheriff, I know little Joe didn't kill that woman, but I'd a heap rather see him in your jail as running loose around here.
No, we're not going to learn anything here. Now listen to me. There's only so many wagons and so many tents, so we'll search them one by one. Haas, you take one party, I'll take the other.
Right.
It could be kidnapping. I'm sure Della thought so, too. She was just getting ready to tell me something when she was killed.
I believe you, Joe. But I don't know what to do about it.
What can you do?
Well, we're a funny bunch here. In time, we get to believing our own acts. Maybe I can do a little mind reading. In here. There's no use searching for the girl in here, Hercules.
I'm not looking for the girl. I'm looking for the man who killed Della.
Do you think I'd protect anyone that harmed Della?
I gotta find him. I gotta kill him with my bare hands. I always told Della I'd kill anybody that harmed her.
I'm your friend, Hercules. Don't you trust me?
All I know is Della is dead. You stay here. I'm going out back. You stay here. You there, Rodan?
Yes, I'm here. I told you there was no trick.
I'll find him, and when I do, I'll kill him.
I wish there was some way to convince him you were innocent.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh. He'd make a good ally. He's really a nice man. And he was in love with Della Thompson.
Him?
Well, we're all freaks here. One way or another. Doesn't mean we don't have any heart.
Thanks.
What are you going to do?
Keep on searching. I know these folks are friends of yours, but one of them's a killer. I gotta get to Jennifer before he does. Wait, don't make a sound.
My, you're a forceful one, aren't you?
Look, I'm terribly sorry about that, sir. See, I thought you were going to scream.
Just because a handsome man came in my tent? Why, what makes you think I'd scream? Well, you're the one they're looking for, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, and then, well, they're looking for me all over the place. I think I better get out of here before I get you in a lot of trouble.
Don't go.
Okay.
Maybe I'd like to get into a lot of trouble.
Hey, well, ma'am, maybe sometime we could talk.
That's what they all say. Now, why don't you just relax and we can get acquainted?
Well, ma'am, I just really don't think this is a time to get acquainted.
I saw you earlier this evening with that girl. Now, I thought she was too young for you. I think you'd prefer a more sophisticated lady like me. Now, wouldn't you?
Well, ma'am,
Can I come in, ma'am?
Quick, behind the dresses. I'll protect you. And, after they've gone.
You seen a young fella go by here, doesn't belong to the carnival?
No, I haven't seen anyone.
Ma'am?
They're gone, honey. Honey?
Say, has anybody searched this wagon yet?
I'm sure the other party searched it thoroughly. They've searched here, Daisy, haven't they?
Yes, they've searched very good.
Well, I didn't see it. I think I'll take a look.
Sheriff, if you don't mind, there are very few people that Daisy lets into a wagon. I'd rather somebody search it that she knows. You understand?
Yeah, I think I understand.
Gunnar, why don't you take a look and satisfy the sheriff?
Well, if that's what the sheriff wants.
Look in there behind those clothes. Gunnar, look in the back of the wagon.
Nobody here, Sheriff.
Any luck at all?
Nope. Looks like that little brother of mine disappeared as completely as that gal did.
Now, Sheriff, you convinced she's not here?
I'll decide that.
As you wish. Just trying to cooperate.
Sheriff, we got to start tearing down camp. We open in Placerville day after tomorrow. Isn't that right, Mr. Reed?
Mm-hmm.
I want to find the guy that killed Della.
There's coffee up in the cook tent. Why don't we all settle down for a bit?
It's a good idea, Mr. Rodine.
Right this way, Sheriff.
I'd like to talk to you, Phil.
What about?
I think you know.
I'm no more of a mind reader than you are.
No, but you are a carnival man. A lot of people depend on you, Phil.
Well, haven't I always come through for them?
Yes. But will you come through for them now?
You think I had something to do with that girl's disappearance, don't you?
I think you could shed some light on it, yes.
Well, you're wrong.
If I am, I'll back you up. But if I'm right, I'll turn your people against you, Phil, and I can do it. Hercules, for one, has always hated you for the way you treated Della.
Hey, thanks for not sneaking up on me.
You little galoot. What are you trying to do?
I'm still trying to find Jennifer. She's around here someplace, Haas. Della knew it. That's what she was trying to tell me when she was killed.
Now, let's go over it again. Just how much was she able to tell you?
Nothing. As though she wanted me to know, and yet she didn't want me to know. I don't know, maybe she was trying to protect someone.
Of course. I should have known. Phil Reed. She would want to protect him.
Mr. Rodine, if Phil Reed knows something about this that he ain't telling, I'll choke it out of him.
Then you'd have the carnival people and the sheriff down on you. I know these people. They got a strange kind of loyalty.
Yeah, I can believe that. I couldn't find out a thing from any of them.
Hercules is the only one that might turn against Reed.
You got any idea how you can convince him to help us?
Well, not so long as he's with the others.
Yeah, well, suppose we could get him away. Someplace where we could talk to him.
Yeah, but how you figuring on doing that?
Well, you know, he's pretty anxious to get his hands on me. Let's just let him know where I am.
Yeah, wait a minute. Ain't that a little risky?
Look, I'll chance it. What do you think, Mr. Rodine?
Well, Reed is afraid of Hercules. Deathly afraid. And with reason. Might work.
Yeah. Well, just in case it don't, I'm gonna be around.
Thanks. Look, I'll meet you outside of town. There's a grove of live oaks. Haas knows the place.
Right. Let's go.
I thought you said there wouldn't be any trouble.
There won't be.
Cartwright, you might as well come out now. My mystic powers have told me where to find you, just as they let me read through a blindfold. No, wait, Hercules. If my powers told me where to find him, they let me read his mind.
Hercules! 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 Come on! Come on!
Joe, I got him in a hammer. Joe, hold him.
Yeah. Hercules, listen to me.
We don't want to hurt you, but we just want you to know that Joe didn't harm your Della.
And if you go chasing after little Joe while the guilty one gets away, you're not showing any love for Della. You're letting her down. You say you love Della. You think you're the only man who loved somebody that didn't love him back. Listen, Hercules. Mr. Reed is the only one who really knows what happened to Della. He used to make Della cry. Remember, Hercules? We want Mr. Reed to tell us what he knows. Will you help us?
I'll go with you.
Think the sheriff has given up yet?
He never did think we had the girl. Didn't I tell you it'd be easy? Oh, think of it, Phil. $1 million. That's what that girl's gonna bring us.
Mr. Reed, Gunnar, I think there's something you ought to know. You two know what's good for you. Keep it quiet.
You made Miss Della cry, and you're gonna pay for this.
That ain't all you're gonna do, Buster. You're gonna tell us everything you know about that little girl that disappeared and about Miss Della.
I don't know a thing about it.
Maybe you better ask him your way then, Hercules.
Stop him! Dad! Stop him! I did it!
You know, Phil. Tell us and I'll make him quit.
Was Gunnar killed Della. I had nothing to do with it. You're a dirty liar.
Get the sheriff.
You liar. You're the one that killed Della.
It was all Gurnar's idea. He kidnapped the girl and then he killed Della because she was going to tell where the girl was hidden.
Well, where is she, man?
She's down at...
Get it! Hey! Reed, the girl. Where is she? Where is she?
Ask Daisy.
Joe! Sheriff! Joe!
Well, young fella, where you been? You caused us enough trouble.
Wait a minute, Sheriff. It was Gunnar that killed the girl. He just killed Mr. Reed and he got away and Hercules is after him.
Did you find out anything about Jennifer?
Just before Mr. Reed died, he said, ask Daisy.
That's the fat lady.
Well, let's go.
You'd better let me handle this. You keep the others back or we'll never get anything out of her. You come with me, little Joe.
Right.
Daisy, I'm your friend. You know that, don't you? Mr. Reed said that you knew something about the girl that disappeared. Can you tell us anything? All right, Daisy. Thanks a lot. Daisy. Daisy, are you sure? Are you sure that you can't tell us anything about the girl? No, Daisy, no. You don't have to protect Mr. Reed anymore. Mr. Reed is dead. Do you understand, Daisy? Mr. Reed is dead.
Mr. Reed? Dead? Oh.
Daisy. In the back. Daisy.
Jennifer, where are you?
Joe.
Well, you know, I'll leave you tied up till I get you home.
Oh, Joe.
That's all right. You're okay now.
What are we going to do now, Mr. Rodin?
We're going on just as usual. It's the only thing we can do.
If you need anything, Mr. Rodin, you let us know.
Well, thanks very much. But there's very little pleasure people like us have, except the satisfaction of helping ourselves.
Joe, don't you let that gal out of your sight no more, you hear?
Little Joe, can you ever forgive me?
Well, yeah, I think I can forgive you. Of course, it's going to take some time. Quite some time.
Didn't you, darling? Huh? Didn't I tell you old Vince Dagan show you a good time?
I told you I've got to get back home.
Wait a minute. Now, it ain't gonna be dark, but who are you? Oh, come on. You know you like it.
Vince, I gotta go now. I've stayed longer than I should already.
In such a hurry, honey. You know how I feel about you.
Listen, you know my pa. He whipped the skin off my back. I've got to get home before he does.
I ain't scared of your pa. If he lays a hand on you, just tell me. I'll take care of you.
Vince. Stop, Vince. Vince, stop it. Stop it, Vince. Vince!
Hey, Vince, come on, leave her. Oh, come on, honey.
Vince, stop it.
Come on, but you're drunk. Forget it.
Leave me alone! Leave me alone! I've been on this Cartwright up beating for a long time.
Go on, let him go if that's what he wants.
Forget it, Dagan.
Please, Vince, I don't want any trouble.
We said leave it alone, didn't we?
Anytime you want to finish this, Vince, you just let me know.
Hey, wait, Dolly. Why, what's the matter with you? You're trying to start trouble around here and have the sheriff nosing into our affairs.
I don't like this, Vince. You're taking too big a chance playing around with Sheriff Kincaid's daughter.
All right. So I'm taking a chance. I happen to like it that way.
Makes sense, Vince. That Kincaid's meaner than a wolf tracking a calf.
So I heard. Well, his kind don't bother me none.
business. Just trying to be a friend, that's all. You're always running around with the wrong kind of people.
And who should I run around with? The ones the high and mighty Cartwrights picked for me?
Now, look, I didn't mean that, and you know it. But you are going to get in trouble with a man like Vince Dagan.
If I get in trouble, I'll handle it. And what's wrong with Vince Dagan?
Oh, what's wrong with Vince Dagan? He's a drunk and a thief. We had to throw him off the Ponderosa for stealing.
Well, this is not the Ponderosa. And I don't plan on holding one little mistake against him for the rest of his life.
All right, Dolly, forget it. Look, I don't want to fight with you.
I don't want to fight with you either, Joe. Maybe Vince isn't everything I'd like him to be. But he's good to me. I get lonesome. Dad never lets me out of this house.
Now, don't forget your father being sheriff. He's seen a lot of the bad side of life. Maybe he just wants to protect you from the wrong kind of people.
I guess he wouldn't consider you the wrong kind of people, would he, Joe? But you don't consider me the right kind of people, do you?
Oh, I didn't say that.
You didn't have to say that, even when we were kids in school. All you Cartwrights consider yourself too good for anybody else.
Dolly, that's not true, and you know it.
What are you doing here, Cartwright? You get in the house.
I was just walking Dolly home. I happened to see her at the store.
She had no business at the store. I told her to stay home.
Well, wait a minute. There's nothing to get so excited about.
Don't you tell me how to run my family. Now, you get out of here and stay away from my daughter.
Look, Mr. Kincaid, I've known Dolly for a long time. I think it's up to her to tell me whether or not she'd like to see me.
She don't make the decisions around here. I do. Look, I told you to get in the house.
Look, if you just listen.
Now, look, you try to understand this. I ordered her to stay home. If she tries to see you or anybody else, I'll whip the hide off her back. Now, you get out of here and stay away from my daughter.
Do as he says, Joe.
See you real soon, Dolly.
Pa, I did all my work. I even sewed your shirts the way you asked me to.
Well, now, that's nice. Must have took you most all day, didn't it?
Just about.
Sure. Well, I'm glad to see you got more to you than your ma ever had. Her now, she'd have gone out dancing or something as soon as I turned my back.
Please, Pa, do we have to talk about that?
What else do you want me to talk about? Man does the best he knows how, and his woman goes running off with another man.
Pa, I'm tired. I'm going.
Don't you walk away from me. I told you not to leave the house, didn't I?
You can't keep me locked up. I'm not one of your prisoners. All I did was walk down to the store with Vince Dagan.
Yes, and you come back with young Cartwright. You're just like your ma. One man ain't enough for you.
Ma didn't run out. You drove her off, just like you're going to drive me off.
I'm not trying to drive you out, honey. I'm trying to protect you. Dolly, your ma believed anything any man said to her. You're just like she was. You're as pretty as she is, Dolly. And I'm not going to have you running off with the first worthless saddle tramp that whispers in your ear.
I wasn't running off. I just went down to the store.
To meet a man.
Yes, to meet a man. I meet a dozen men. Because I'm no good. Because I'm just like my ma. Isn't that what you want me to say?
Hey, Paul, me and Adam have to ride up there and check that drift fence out today.
You sound as if you don't want it.
Well, Haas wants to follow up on a wolf sighting he saw over in the canyon.
You still feel sure it was wolves, do you?
Oh, sure, Paul. Ain't no coyotes ever go up in that country that high, and besides, them tracks is way too big.
Well, it's possible. Old-timers insist there's still a lot of timber wolves up there.
Boy, I sure would like to get a look at one of them.
Well, if lack of game in the mountains has driven a pack down this low, we better do more than just take a look at one. I understand they can pull down a grown steer when they're hungry.
That's right, Paul.
Yeah, the miserable brutes that try to trap. I just don't like putting out poison bait.
No, that ain't no good, Paul. Look here, how come me and Adam don't ride up there and take a look around? We could check with old man Traeger. He's always bragging about how he used to hunt them wolves for a living anyhow.
Well, let's check the fence first, and then we'll decide.
Is breakfast ready?
Well, we were just thinking about supper. You sure you had enough sleep?
No, not quite, but it's gonna have to do.
Oh, well, do you think maybe you could talk yourself into riding fence with us, huh?
Older brother, how can you be so practical this early in the morning?
Maybe because he's been up for a little while. You were out a little late, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I had to ride all the way from Placerville. I stopped off at Mormon Flats to get something to eat. Ran into the Kincaids.
Oh? Was that on purpose or accident?
Well, it was a little bit of both. You know, I really feel sorry for Dolly Kincaid.
Sorry. She never had any trouble finding somebody to chase after her.
No, I think it's the other way around. I think she never had any trouble finding somebody to chase.
Well, what are you worried about, little brother? You ain't never had no trouble outrunning her.
Why are you so worried about Dolly?
She's running around with that Vince Dagan.
Dagan? I mean, that fellow we fired last year?
Yeah. I ran into him coming out of Callahan's store.
Yeah?
Yeah, Dagan and I had a few words. When I took Dolly home, her father ran me off with a shotgun.
You don't mean literally.
Well, he didn't pull the trigger, but he wasn't kidding.
Well, what's he got against you? You and Dolly have known each other for years.
Yeah, we can go whistle up a tree all for me. I wasn't going to take Dolly out, but I think I will now.
Well, don't get involved in a family affair. Kincaid's wounds are kind of raw right now, so give him a little time to settle down.
It doesn't seem right to me that she keep his daughter locked up like a prisoner just because he's mad at the whole world.
Well, I don't say it's right, but you're not going to help Dolly any by waving a red flag in front of Kincaid's nose.
I never thought about it that way.
Tell you what, why don't you ride out tomorrow morning with Adam and Haas? They're going out to check that wolf sign that Haas thinks he saw up in the canyon.
Now, what are you trying to do, Pa? Get my mind off Dolly Kincaid?
Well, that's what you wanted me to do, wasn't it?
What does he expect, a little Joe Cartwright?
You were drinking last night. Then you started fighting. I was afraid my father would see me. There wasn't anything else I could do.
Of course, there was nothing else you could do. It was my fault. I come by to apologize.
Apologize?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I couldn't sleep last night, thinking. I don't know how to say this, but when you walked out on me yesterday, I just knew I ain't ever gonna let you do that to me again. I've been standing out there, waiting for your pa to leave. I know how it is between you and him, the way he treats you.
You don't know how it is. It's like being locked up in a cage. I can't stand it anymore.
I know. And I ain't gonna stand by and let it happen to you. I'm gonna take you out of here. I don't think I'm taking too much for granted, because I think you feel about me the same as I do about you.
Vince, you know how I feel about you. It's just that I was never really sure of you.
Well, you are now, ain't you? You could sneak away in the morning, early, meet me up on the trail. I'll tell you where. That's what you want, ain't it?
Oh, you know it's what I want more than anything else in the world. But people don't just do this. They don't just pack up and leave.
They do if they're in love.
What about my dad?
Well, I heard him talking to some men. He's gonna be pretty busy in the morning. No need to worry about him. It'll work out fine, honey. Look, I'm gonna be taking care of you from now on.
Do it? Oh, Vince, you don't know how I've dreamed about this. To get away, to be with you.
Hey, look at this. These are the same tracks I found down below.
Yeah, no coyote made tracks that big.
Quite a pack of them, when you say?
Yep.
What do you make of it?
Well, over there, it looks like something big's been dragged along.
Yeah, it's a plain trail. Let's follow it.
Hey, look at that tendon on that hind leg's been cut half in two.
I just don't see how the wolves dragged him that far.
They didn't drag him. A couple of them probably worried him till one of them got his teeth in his leg. Wolf got dragged.
Yeah, I reckon we must have scared them off, huh? They didn't even touch the meat.
Yeah, we didn't do ourselves any favors either. They just dragged down the next stray steer they come across.
Now, what do you think we ought to do?
Well, I'll go back and tell Pa what we run into. Why don't you two going up to Traeger's cabin? See if you can hire him to help us out.
It's a good idea.
Now, Horse and I will bunk in with Traeger. We'll work out of his place.
All right. Save a couple of those wolves for me. We'll see you around the end of the week.
Right.
come.
I told you I'd be waiting.
Oh, I've waited so long for you to come along.
Anybody see you get away?
No, I was so lucky. Some outlaws robbed the bank last night. Pa headed out with a posse after them.
You sure were lucky. Did you, notice which way they were headed?
Toward Fell's Crossing. Why?
Well, you wouldn't want to run into your pa now, would you? Come on. Get out of here.
The further we get from Mormon Flats, the better I like it.
I wonder what's keeping Dagan.
You know what's keeping him. That girl.
Hell, he should have kept the girl out of this. Everything came off real smooth. There's even more money in the vault than we figured on.
Now, you know that ain't good enough for Vince Dagan. He wants the money and the girl.
I'm plenty sick of what he wants all the time. If that girl gets in my way, I'll...
Now, calm down, Roby. I think it's right funny. We robbed the bank, and he runs off with the sheriff's daughter. I think that's really funny.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's so funny. If he doesn't show up here in another 10 minutes, I'm moving on.
You gonna go without the money, Clay? Now, Vince knows what he's doing. Now, he's got that money in his saddlebags. Well, now, did you boys have a good sleep for yourselves?
We ain't been down out of these saddles for one single minute. You're setting a pretty hard pace, Kincaid. We're doing the best we can.
Well, your best ain't good enough. Not for me, it ain't. If you spend less time worrying about keeping up with me and more time looking for signs, you may find something. Now, go on back there and take a good look this time. I'm heading up into the high country.
You going on alone?
It's faster. You'd only hold me up. If you see anything, fire a signal. That is, if you know how to use a gun.
Come on, boys. We better get back, do what he tells us.
Oh!
What is it?
The posse. Get back. And be quiet.
I thought you said they was headed for Fell's Crossing.
They were when I saw them. Is my father with them?
They must have split up. Or else they're backtracking. How many was there when you saw him?
I don't know. Is my father with
Forget about your father, will you?
Vince, please don't let him take me back. Vince, say you'll take care of me.
Sure.
Vince, what are you going to do?
You said you wanted me to take care of you, didn't you? That's just what I'm gonna do. Down below us. Didn't even see me. Come on, let's get out of here.
I told you we'd get in trouble. Every time Dagan gets mixed up with a woman, we're in trouble. That ain't no ordinary woman. That's the sheriff's daughter.
Look, it's one thing to hold up the bank at Mormon Flats, but it ain't part of the job to wait around and get hung for it.
We should have cut the money into shares. Each man would be on his way by now. I'd think on that if I was you, Roby. What chance would one man have alone out there? One man against all them possemen. We stick together, we got a chance. We split up later, when we're out of danger. Just like Dagan figured it. Oh, it's Dagan and the girl. I told you not to worry.
Hey, you're late, Dagan.
Vince, what are they doing here?
Oh, the boys? Why, you met Clegg, Roby, and Polk in town the other day, remember? Well, they're old friends, and I thought they might like to ride along with us for a while. That's all right, ain't it?
Sure. Just surprised me for a minute, that's all.
What took you so long?
Well, hadn't you heard? Big bank robbery in Mormon Flats last night. In fact, we run into a posse back at the trailer piece.
They didn't see you, did they?
Nah, we dodged them. Dolly here's right good at dodging posses. She ain't a bit anxious to have her pa catch up to her.
Yeah, I'll bet them bank robbers ain't a bit anxious to have her pa catch up to them neither.
Isn't funny. A bank cashier was killed.
No, it ain't funny, Poke.
I'm sorry, man.
That ain't no concern of ours, honey. Main thing is we keep your pa from catching up to us. Come on, boys.
Every canyon's cut off.
We're gonna stay out of the canyon.
Take to the high country.
Hey, Traeger! Anybody home? It's Horse Cartwright.
You don't need to belly your lungs out. I hear you back here in the barn.
Hi, Traeger.
Ain't seen you two fellas in a coon's age. What brings you up around these parts?
Well, we ran into what we think's a wolf sign in Cedar Canyon.
Wolf sign?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we found where they drugged down one of our steers. Adam sent us up here. I thought you might want to help.
I remember you telling me one time, Mr. Traeger, about being a professional wolfer.
Yeah, I was, for money. Cost you $10 and I keep the pelts.
All right, you got a deal. Is it all right if we bunk with you for a couple of days?
Suit yourself, but you got to pay for your own grub. Say, speaking of wolves, you didn't run into Sheriff Kincaid back there.
Kincaid? No, why should we?
You mean you haven't heard? There was a big bank robbery in Mormon Flats last night.
A bank robbery?
Sure was. Sheriff himself told me.
Bank robbery in Mormon Flats. That is news.
Yeah, I reckon it is that, but I don't reckon there's anything we can do about it. While we're sitting here talking about it, the wolves probably packing off some more of our steers.
Yeah, I guess you're right. All right, come on, let's go.
Don't rush me, just don't rush me. I ain't walking all the way down there. I gotta get my horse and saddle him. Hey, someone's coming. It must be the rest of that Kincaid posse.
Why don't you have Traeger saddle up? I'll talk to you. Tegan, what are you doing? Dolly.
Vince, what's the trouble?
Keep her out of this. Clank and Poke, keep them covered. I'll get his gun.
What's the matter, Dagan? Can't you take care of this yourself?
All right, you two, drop your guns. I said drop them.
Well, looky here. All just one big happy family.
Joe, you know anything about this?
You still want trouble, Dagan? Why don't you put your gun away? I'll give it to you.
Vince, I want to know why
Get
you're
in the
doing
house.
this.
Poke, get her in the house and keep her there.
Come on. Come on, Dagan, put your gun away.
Keep pushing and I'll bust this gun right over your head. I'll take care of you later. You. What do you do here?
I'm just a trapper, that's all. Cartwright boys asked me to help them catch some wolves and pestering their beef.
You got a lot of grub in that cabin?
Some. Taking you ain't figuring on holding up here, are you?
You got a better idea.
What's the matter, Dagan? Posse getting too close?
Anybody else around here?
Just the Cartwright boys. Folks don't come up here often.
That's just fine. All right. Come on, in the house.
killed him.
He'd have got away. He'd have brought your pa, don't you understand that? Get those Cartwrights in the house. And get him out of sight.
How long are we gonna stay here?
Till I say we move.
Till you say? I don't think you know what you're doing.
That posse we saw. How do we know that's all of them? Suppose they split up and come in behind us.
Well, I'll figure that out when it happens. Poker. I play what I got in front of me. I never bet on what the next car's gonna be until it falls. Get out there and put those horses in the barn and get some firewood in here. Let's warm this place up.
So you're trying to duck a posse, huh, Vince?
Supposing I am. You know old man Kincaid. Would you want him catching up with Dolly when she's running off with me?
Oh, no. No, I wouldn't want him catching up with me either. Not if I just robbed a bank.
What's he mean, Vince?
Nothing. Don't pay him no heed.
Hey, what you got in the saddlebags, Vince? You don't seem to want to get very far away from them.
You did rob the bank, didn't you, Vince?
All right, so we robbed the bank.
But why?
For money, that's why. What did you think you was gonna live on? Dolly. Look, Dolly, I did that for you. I was gonna buy you all the nice things you never had in your life.
But Vince, you have to kill for it.
Well, that bank clerk should know to went for his gun, not with old Vince Stegan around.
Looks like you pushed it a little bit too far this time, Vince.
Oh, did I? I got the money and the girl, didn't I? And what do you got? You're dead. Anytime I tell Poke to pull that trigger, that's what you got.
That's the honest truth, Mr. Cartwright.
I ought to killed you, Dagan. I ought to killed you the time I caught you stealing from us. Should have done it.
Now, don't you worry about it, Haas. He's gonna get it. That posse will be back, and Sheriff Kincaid will be with him.
Now, don't you think Vince figured that out? Why else you think you brung that girl along?
Shut up about the girl.
Hey, now, that's a real good question, Vince. Why did you bring the girl?
Well, it's plain enough to see. That Sheriff Papa Hearst comes around here looking for her. Vince gonna tell him to go away, else that girl's gonna get bad hurt. Ain't that right, Vince?
I said shut up about the girl tonight!
Vince, you should not have done that. No, you shouldn't have done that at all.
I wanted nice clothes for you, honey. And everything you ever wanted. Don't worry about anything. Everything will be all right. You believe that, don't you? So you two boys up here for a wolf hunt, huh?
That's right. That posse's gonna get them some wolves, too. And it's gonna be the two-legged kind.
Now, you two listen to me. If that posse shows, you're gonna tell them you hired us as woofers, understand?
Ah, they're not gonna believe that. They know you, Dagan.
They're gonna believe it, all right. When they leave, you're gonna ride along with us until we clear this part of the country. And there ain't gonna be any mishaps, or else there are gonna be 2 less Cartwrights, understand?
Put them horses away?
Yeah. Hey, where's the girl?
Well, what do you care?
You better be careful, Dagan. He's gonna steal your girl away from you.
Take it easy, Joe.
Oh, don't worry, Hoss. They need us. They need us real bad.
Don't push your luck.
Leave him alone.
How do we know the posse's even out there? They might have turned back.
I ain't taking that chance.
Yeah, well, maybe you better bury Traeger while you're at it. Sometimes them posses get pretty nosy.
Yeah. Clegg's right. We're gonna dig a grave up on your feet.
You're like a wolf, ain't you? You don't know what you're doing. You change your mind without rhyme or reason.
Dolly, we got things to do. We're gonna bury Traeger. Well, honey, it's the least we can do, ain't it? We'll find shovels in the barn. Clegg, you watch them. And Hall's here, gonna help us. Up on your feet. Ruby and Polk. Dolly, you help Clegg keep an eye on him.
Stop looking at me like that.
Kind of like it, don't you, fella?
Now, you try anything and you won't see your little brother.
We're gonna get you, Dagan. One way or another, we're gonna get you.
Come on, dig. Let's get started.
What's the matter with you?
Somebody gotta watch him, don't they? Besides, you want to thank me. Who'd have thought of the barn, huh?
You better get your mind off of her. She ain't gonna have no part of you.
How far you think you're gonna get after you leave this territory, Clegg?
They don't even know who we are.
Oh, we do.
Well, that ain't gonna make much of a problem. All this money. I'm gonna get me shaved every day in the week. I'm gonna eat and drink until I bust.
That sounds real great, Clegg. Here, how many men do you think you killed?
Well, let's see. I don't rightly remember now. Let's see, there's 1, 2.
All right. They'll kill you for this.
What are you doing with them, Dolly? You're not their kind. Come on, give me the gun, Dolly.
You just want to save your necks. Yours and Haas.
Yeah, that's right. I want to save our necks. And I want to save your neck, too.
I don't believe you. Nobody ever did anything decent for me. Nobody except Vince.
Oh, nobody but Vince. You think Vince robbed that bank for you? He robbed it for himself. He'll kick you out the day he's tired of you.
Don't say that.
It's true, Dolly.
You turned me in right along with Vince. Well, this is my chance to live. And I'm taking it. Nobody gives you anything but what you take for yourself.
Come on, Dolly, that isn't so, and you know it.
You don't think I'd use this, do you? One more step.
Yeah, Dolly, I think you'd use it.
To keep from going back to that father of mine, I'd do anything. Joe tried to get away. I stopped him.
That's the try. And now I'm gonna fix you real good.
Diggin', I never did figure you for much guts. Why don't you try taking him without that pistol in your hand?
When I'm good and ready, I will. Now sit down! You did fine, Dolly. Real fine.
Riding back and forth through these canyons all night. What good does it do?
Don't forget, Sheriff Kincaid hasn't had any more sleep than we have.
That Kincaid, he's like a wolf on the scent. He ain't gonna give up till he gets what he come after.
No, neither are we. John and I will ride over by old man Traeger's place. Kincaid might not have been there yet. The rest of you take a look through that box canyon down there.
Vince, wake up. Vince, there's riders out there.
Roby. Wait. Get on your feet. The posse's out there.
All right, Vince, you're so smart. Now what do we do?
Told you I figured when I come to, didn't I? Well, I got it figured.
Well, then, Vince, why don't you just tell us what we're gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna stay in here.
What about the rest of us?
Sheriff don't know the rest of you. Ain't like you the posse would. You're going out there.
I ain't talking to no lawman.
You don't got no need to. Hoss Cartwright's gonna do that for you. He hired you boys to hunt wolves. Like I said, remember?
I'll try to remember.
You better. I'm gonna be right in here with this gun on your little brother's head. Any shooting that starts, he gets it first. Now get.
Just don't get nervous with that gun.
Hurry up.
Boss, what are you doing away out here?
Been some wolves pestering some of our cattle. Well, Joe and me decided to ride up and talk to Mr. Traeger about it.
You couldn't find a better man for the job. Mr. Traeger around?
Nope. He rode out early this morning to set some traps.
I haven't seen you boys around before, have I?
There's some men we hired to help us hunt the wolves.
Oh. Sheriff Kincaid been by here yet?
I ain't seen him, but Mr. Traeger said he saw him yesterday. Sheriff told him about the bank robbery.
We've been out all night. You know Kincaid.
Yeah. I know him well enough to know that whoever those bank robbers are, they ain't gonna get away. I promise you that.
Well, if you do see anything around, Hoss, you let us know, will you? We'll be around.
Right.
Good hunting.
Same to you.
Well, how'd it go? Hey, you'd have been right proud, old Cartwright, Vince. He did real fine.
What do you mean he did real fine? Last thing that deputy said was the posse'd be staying around close. What I want to know is how do we get out of here?
Yeah, well, I don't know about the rest of you, but Clegg, Polk, Roby, you can ride out anytime you want to.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you went out to the posse. Haas told me you were wolfers working for us. They believed it. You can ride out anytime you want to. They won't stop you.
Hey, listen, kid. You make sense, you know that? I'm no bank robber. I'm a wolfer. I can ride right out of here.
Ain't nobody walking. I'm running this shebang.
And it looks to me like you're running it right into the ground.
Of course, you boys want to wait around here for a while. Sheriff Kincaid's bound to show up. He's going to be a little tougher to convince than that deputy.
Vince, I'm scared. I want to get out of here.
Dolly, what do you have to be scared about? You get all that money? You got a man like Vince Dagan to take care of you?
Shut up, Joe!
Get out of here. If I can pass for a wolfer, I'll leave without a dollar of that gold. Well, I'm not going without my share. Vince, I want my cut.
Now, you listen to me, Ollie. You're gonna get your cut.
Yeah, you boys know when you're going to get it. When the posse's got you hanging from a tree.
Joe, you remember that old big oak tree down the road a piece?
Mm-hmm.
That thing ought to be big enough to hang at least 3 of them in a row, don't you reckon?
Oh, heck yes. 3 of them and room for Dagan.
Stop it! Stop talking that way!
Oh, you didn't think it was going to end any other way, did you, Dolly?
Trying to be decent, you Cartwrights. Poke, get rid of him.
Yeah, go ahead, Poke. The posse will be here the minute you pull that trigger.
That's right. You know, Joe, that Sheriff Kincaid's got ears like a wolf.
That's what I hear. What about it, Dolly? You know him a lot better than we do.
Stop it! Vince, make them stop it! Make them stop it!
Never mind. I'll do it myself.
No, you're not going to kill anybody, Vince. You got a long way to go. You can't make it without us.
You never was any good, Dagan. Never a day in your life.
What Roby says about us riding out of here, that makes pretty good sense.
And I'm going, too. You just try and stop me.
Nowhere.
Well, it's real nice to meet your friends on a social level, Dolly.
You Cartwrights, you know everything, don't you? I don't care what you or anyone else thinks. I'm staying with Vince.
Now, you listen to me, all of you.
Drop that gun, Dagan. There's 4 of them, boss. Where's the other one?
Kincaid, look out!
Sit down. I've been asking for this for a long time.
We gotta get out of here right now. All this shooting might bring the posse back.
Come on, Dolly, we gotta go.
What about Pa?
What are you worried about your pa for?
Well, we can't just leave him here.
What you wanted, ain't it? Gotta get out of here. Clegg, see if Poke can ride. Roby, you see that them Cartwrights don't follow us. Come on, Dolly. Are you coming or not?
Yeah, sure, she's going with you. You're just what she's always wanted, Dagan.
Come on, Dolly.
You know, your father was right. You're just no good, Dolly.
That's right, Joe. I'm no good. At least not by your standards. And that's the way I like it.
So long, you Cartwrights.
I didn't do nothing.
Dad?
You're gonna be all right, Trev. You had a close call.
The money. Did you get it back?
They didn't have a chance to spend a single penny of it.
You needn't worry about Dagan's boys, neither. They're all locked up tight in a jug down your jailhouse. That is what's left of them.
Trev, wouldn't you like to know about Dolly? You know, she's been right here by your side since the boys brought you in.
Running off with a man like Dagan. Why'd she have to do that, Ben?
Well, maybe it's because she thought you didn't care.
You think it was only the money and the bank robbers I was worried about? When I found out Dolly was gone, Ben, you don't know what it's like trying to raise a girl.
No, I guess I don't. But I do know what it's like trying to raise 3 sons. And sometimes you have to show them a little affection and understanding. You ever try that with Dolly?
No.
Your father's asking for you. Dolly, be patient with him. He needs you very much. Now, as for you, young man, next time you visit Dolly Kincaid, ask your father's permission first. Have an idea, he'll give it to you.
Yeah, but don't wait too long, because at the rate that young lady's growing up, I might just ask permission myself.
Hey, wait a minute, older brother. Don't you think we got troubles enough in this outfit with one ladies' man?
Well, how did you ever get mixed up in this family?
I'll never know.
Where's the Ponderosa?
You're on it.
Yeah? What's your name, Bogrider?
My name's Hoss Cartwright. My pa owns this land.
You're Benjamin Cartwright's boy?
That's right. Can I help you?
How could you help me? I ain't stuck in the mud.
You a mountain man, ain't you?
Why you get that funny hat, Sonny?
I don't think it's funny. Mister, you're gonna pick that hat up.
You going to make me pick up that hat?
You get down off that horse.
Well, Big Mouth. What you going to do to make me? Hey, the cow has to get you out now, my nephew.
Nephew?
I am your Uncle Gunnar. Long time since you seen me, sonny, yeah?
Howdy, Uncle Gunnar. Hey, Paul! Come see who's come since.
What'd you say? Hello, Benjamin. How long since the last time I see you? 20 years? Hey, you got a touch of snow around your ears like me.
Gunnar Buckstrom! What a wonderful surprise! What are you doing around this part of the world?
Oh, I go lots of places. You know that, Benjamin. Who are you?
I'm Adam, Uncle Gunnar. You don't remember me, do you?
Ah, little Adam.
Not anymore.
We got another brother now, Uncle Gunnar. Little Joe, but he's off visiting some friends, a female friend.
Gunnar, where you headed?
Oh, who knows? Dakota, Canada. A few compadres followed this old feet to the north to seek their fortune.
Compadres, huh?
Yeah, men like myself. Men with no ties, no roots. We make camp in the mountains.
How come they didn't ride down with you, Uncle Gunnar?
Because they ain't so sociable as me, that is why. I ride all these miles just to see my relatives. Maybe my sister's husband invite me for supper, huh?
Oh, Gunnar, please forgive me and all the excitement. Of course, you'll have supper with us. Come on in.
Ah, good. Maybe I take a bath, too, huh? I think maybe I don't smell too good at supper. I eat different from you, yeah?
You eat a lot, that's for sure.
I think a pig have better table manners than me. But I spent my life in brazos de Dios, in the arms of God, under the stars like an animal.
You sure been lots of places, ain't you?
Since I last seen your father, I've been in 26 countries, across 5 oceans.
26 countries and 5 oceans. You hear that, Adam?
I sure did. That was an Indian lance you were carrying, wasn't it?
That pig sticker? Yeah. I got that from a Comanche chief. He didn't have no more use for it. Maybe because he was dead, yeah?
You fight the Comanches, Uncle Gunnar?
I fight anybody. You ought to know that by now, my nephew.
Gunnar, you say you fought the Comanches. You ever trade with them?
Well, when we don't fight, my compadres and I, we trade. Why you ask?
I was just wondering if you ever ran across a bunch of renegade buffalo hunters, Comancheros.
Yeah, I have heard of them.
Pretty wild bunch, I hear. Now, they raid the white settlements, and then they trade off the goods to the Comanches.
That's so. Maybe that's why they call them Comancheros. I never seen none of them.
Buenas tardes.
Hello?
There's my compadre. Buenas tardes, senores. I thought maybe I found you under this roof also.
What you doing here, Vaca?
I think it's very cold on the mountain sleeping, and my serape is very thin. I thought maybe...
Oh, we have some extra blankets you could use.
He don't need none.
It's all right. I'll get him.
Oh, you must be a very rich man to own such a magnifico hacienda.
You get back to camp, Vaca. Pronto.
And you also, when are you coming back to camp, huh?
I go when I am ready, Vaca.
Maybe you like it so much here with your relatives, you're gonna stay, huh? Oh, gracias. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I very much enjoy meeting you, rancheros. Maybe Happy Man or Vaca will meet you again sometime, huh? Adios.
Adios.
I'm sorry that one come here.
Oh, that's all right.
I gotta keep a strong hand on that one. Well, the food was good, Benjamin. I go now.
What, so soon?
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Paul, how come you can't stay in that extra bedroom? There ain't no use in him going back out on that mountain.
Well, of course he can. He'll sleep the night here.
Oh, no, I don't think so, no.
Of course you will.
Oh,
Why,
come
it's
on.
cold up there.
We'd be glad to have you.
Well, where would I sleep?
Right there in that extra bedroom. You make yourself at home.
There we are.
Well, all right.
Ah, good.
I don't sleep in a fine house for a long time. If I snore, you pound on the door, yeah?
We'll pound hard.
Good night.
Well, that's quite an uncle we got, Haas.
He sure is.
Sure hate to have him get riled up at me. You know, he reminds me of an old Viking.
Yeah. I'll bet you Uncle Gunnar would like being called a Viking.
The Vikings were ruthless raiders and killers. Not much better than the Comancheros. Come on, we got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Let's get to bed.
Yeah? Well, Benjamin. Last time I see you was at the funeral.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
She was a good woman, my sister.
Yes. She was a good woman. A wonderful wife.
We had much fun, Inger and me, when we were young. And all I had in my mind was dreams of glory and gold. It is good to dream when you are young, Benjamin.
Oh, you can dream when you're older, too?
Yeah, but now, when the fur is flying and the iron is hot, there is no time to dream.
No, the fur was always flying with you, Gunnar. I remember you as a boy. Always had to have a new pot of devil's brew every day.
Not used as a boy all the time. All the time, I lead a good, strong life, a man's life. Reap the rewards and pay the piper when he calls. That's Gunnar Borgstrom.
You ever lonely?
Lonely? Lonely for what?
Companionship, a woman.
I never lacked for the company of women.
But you never got married.
Marry, Gunnar? I was not cut out for fathering and farming, Benjamin. I had to move with the turning tide of things. Not sit on my backside like a Yucatan turtle.
Well, I never exactly considered myself a Yucatan turtle.
Oh, you ain't, Benjamin, you ain't. You got a good ranch here, fine boys. It's just the Almighty didn't cut us all in the shape of plowmen. You can't plant a roving man's feet in the earth.
Maybe that's because a roving man doesn't want to stand still long enough to Take a look at himself.
I ain't a young man now, Benjamin. And I got no regrets for the sins I commit in this world. I see what I want and I take it. And I'm not going out on my back begging forgiveness from nobody.
Gunnar? Now, why did you come here?
I come to see my sister's boy. My blood. Maybe I don't get no other chance. I am tired now, Benjamin. I go to sleep now. Good night.
Good night, Gunnar.
Benjamin. You have a dream, Benjamin?
Well, yeah, sometime.
I always have the same dream. It's night. Black and velvet it is. And there's a warm August wind blowing. And it's on a great ship I am. And I'm flying with that wind over a smooth sea, chasing a wisp of a small boat. It always seems to hold its lead far ahead of me. And so dark it is. So dark I can't make it out. Somehow I know I got to catch it.
Vaca, my friend, did you find El Oso?
See, I found him. Visiting with his relatives. Stuffing his face with good food. While we sit up here and eat dry bread.
When do we move? Gunnar said we would find fat Peking here.
Promises. Promises, that's all he does anymore. Promises. It has been a month since we have made a good raid.
I trust Gunnar. He's been a good leader to us.
He's an old woman. Warming himself by the fire. Is that the kind of leader you want?
I do not care who leads hers. Just so we raid and get rich.
We will raid, Tusak, I promise you. And we will get rich, too. And the first fat goose we will pluck will be the Ponderosa.
Morning, Uncle Gunnar. You sleep good last night?
I sleep good. I sleep good.
That mattress is chock plumb full of real goose feathers, you know.
Goose feathers? I got off them goose feathers. I sleep on the floor. I ain't so used to goose feathers as you.
I reckon we are getting a little soft around here at that. Hey, how about me showing you around the Ponderosa before you leave? We ain't had much of a chance to get to know each other. And, well, it ain't every day that a man just finds an uncle.
Sure, Sonny. I guess I got the time. Maybe I don't come back again so soon, yeah?
Yes, sir. I sure would like you to meet little Joe before you leave, too. He's over at the McLean's helping him build a fence. He ought to be back any time.
Aren't you even going to stop work long enough to have a drink of water?
Carrie, just looking at you is more refreshing than anything you've got in that bucket, but I can use some of that, too.
Your flattery, little Joe, is exceeded only by your ability to build a fence.
Since you walked all the way out here, why don't you stay a while? Let me show you what I've done.
Oh, I know what you've done. Uncle Abe has been singing your praises all morning. He thinks you're just about the finest thing there ever was.
And, how about you? What do you think?
Well, I told you I was glad you came over to help out, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. Is that the only reason you're glad?
You know it isn't. It's just that I want you to know I think it's wonderful the way you and your pa and Adam and Haas have helped Uncle Abe and me since we've been here.
Well, it's pretty easy to help a man like your uncle. Especially when he's got a beautiful niece to say thanks for him.
I think you're a flatterer, little Joe. Just like your pa.
Thank you, ma'am. We try to please.
Can't you ever be serious?
You know how proud we are of your uncle. He's done a lot more with this place than we ever thought possible.
Because you Cartwrights have helped him, little Joe. He was so discouraged when he came here. The drought and the wind and crop failures. We had such big dreams.
Well, I think his biggest dream was raising you after your folks died. He's done a real fine job.
Hasn't been easy for him. Sometimes I feel I've been a burden.
Hey, better not let him hear you say that. He's proud as a peacock of you. I'd say with good cause.
I feel guilty about you working around here so much.
Mm-hmm. You know, I wouldn't mind becoming the permanent fence fixer around here.
There it is, Uncle Gunnar. Ain't that the prettiest little pond you ever saw?
Yeah, this is a good place. A quiet place. Pretty as a pond I never see.
Uncle Gunnar, there's something I've been wanting to ask you. You know, I was just a little feller when my mother died. I don't remember much about her. Pa's tried to tell me everything he could, but, well, I thought maybe you being her brother, you could add something to it.
Well, he didn't get along so good. I was a wild one, and she didn't like that so much. But she had a soft heart, that girl.
Pa says she sure was pretty. Great big blue eyes and blonde hair.
Blonde as the snows of Dollarn. But it ain't good to talk about the dead, sonny. You can't bring nobody back once they're gone.
No, I reckon you can't. I guess that's why I want to know as much about you as I can before you have to leave.
You want to know about me. You wouldn't like what I had to tell.
Maybe I wouldn't. Then again, maybe I would.
I think you wouldn't.
Uncle Gunnar, what you gonna do in Canada?
Canada?
Yeah, that's where you're going, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. I think I go there.
Why don't you stay here with us?
Because I ain't no Yucatan turtle, that's why.
You ain't no what?
I got to move with the tide and turn of things. So I don't have to take a good look at myself. Yeah, this is a good place, sonny. It's quiet here.
Well, you fellas have a good ride?
Sure did, Paul. I took him out to the lake.
Yeah?
That's a pretty good mud puddle you got up there, Benjamin. Hey, what you doing there?
Oh, making a new batch of soap.
We make our own out of hog lard and light water. It's a little bit strong, but it sure will get you clean.
Well, what'd you think of the Ponderosa?
Well, I think if you work hard, you can have what you want, too.
Gunnar, you have what you want?
Yeah, I got what I want.
Pa, Horse and I got to get at that hay, and I think I'll ride over to McLean's and remind little Joe that he has work around here, too.
Oh, he'll be back pretty soon.
Well, I got to go now, boys. You got a fine ranch here, Benjamin, and fine boys.
Gunnar, it was wonderful seeing you again. Wonderful.
Good dog, Benjamin.
Goodbye, Uncle Gunnar.
Good dog, Adam.
Bye, Uncle Gunnar. I wish you could have met little Joe.
Well, them compadres, they vamoose without me if I don't show up. And I got to hear other saddles creaking besides my own. Goodbye. I don't remember giving no orders to move out.
You didn't give it. I did.
You think you're a man enough to be the padrone of these Comancheros, Vaca?
Sure. I ain't got no relatives.
What does that mean?
When a man got ties, he gets soft in the belly.
I ain't got no ties.
No? These hombres, they eat your dust all the way from Teos because they believe what you tell them. They begin to wonder now if what you tell them is the truth.
When I get ready to strike, I will tell you.
The Comancheros are beginning to think maybe you're getting a yellow streak. The bear makes a big growl, huh? But how sharp are your claws? Is El Oso a man of strength and power? Or is he a tired old viejo who should lie down and die?
I ain't dead yet, Vaca.
Prove it. A big plunder is down there, the Ponderosa.
The Ponderosa would not be easy to loot. There are too many men there. It would be dangerous.
I spit on them. What is danger to the Comancheros? Hey, Epimeno Vaca, I tell you, we're going to raid the Ponderosa.
I give the orders here.
Why did you bring us to this valley, huh? Why? So we could sit still in the middle of all this wealth while you go visiting your parientes?
There are other ranches in this valley. We seen one in the foothills we could take with our hands tied.
So you are tired of waiting, yeah? Your blood is hot, and you wait for the word of your padron. Well, I give you that word. We raid that ranch in the foothills. Get the horses ready to move out.
I hope you're real hungry, little Joe, because I baked an apple pie.
An apple pie, huh?
Don't you like it?
Like it. It's my favorite dish.
Vámonos, amigos!
Wait.
Carrie, wait! Is this your sweetheart, my little mosquito, huh? If you ain't, maybe I can be your sweetheart, huh? What's your name, muchacho?
What's it to you?
I want to put on your tombstone. I don't want you to lie in a grave which is unmarked.
Well, the name's Cartwright. Joe Cartwright. Be sure to put it in big letters so everybody can read it.
You say you got no ties, huh? Or maybe we take one of your relatives for hostage, huh? I mean, you say you don't care about him, right?
He ain't no relative of mine.
He say his name Joe Cartwright.
Get up, Sonny. I don't know no Joe Cartwright. Tie them up. We take them back to camp. Andale, pronto.
There's nothing to be scared of. They're gonna let us go pretty soon.
No, they won't. They'll kill us. Like they killed Uncle Abe and Mr. Krager.
Carrie, don't start thinking that way. If they were gonna kill us, they would have done it back there.
I'm so tired, Joe. I wish I could sleep.
You like some cafecito? I'm sorry if you're not very comfortable.
Just save your breath. You're gonna need it when half this country comes looking for us.
Why are they looking for you? You something special? Your papa's a very rich man, huh? Importante.
Yeah, importante. Yeah, enough to have the sheriff and 200 mountain men down on your back.
I do not think your papa do that, muchacho. Your papa got too many relatives to worry about.
What relatives?
Him. He's your papa's brother-in-law.
You're a liar.
I tell you the truth, muchacho. That old bear, he's your uncle. He's visiting with your papa. Or you were visiting with your sweetheart. You sure you don't want some cafecito?
Get the men to lighten the wagons. We move out tomorrow. I don't want any junk slowing us down.
Also, why don't you tell him who you are, huh?
He said you were my uncle.
Maybe I am. What difference would it make?
Ask him. Ask him if he ain't Gunnar Borgstrom.
Gunnar Borgstrom? Haas's uncle. Wait! No, you ain't no uncle of mine. You couldn't be. You're a filthy, murdering skunk.
You got a big mouth like your brother Haas.
I just can't believe it. He's been talking about you ever since we were kids.
I don't need any of his talk.
No, that's right, you don't. The only thing you need is a box big enough to bury you in.
I have been with El Oso a long time. I see something in his eyes that ain't been there before.
Like what?
Like pain, where there is no wound, no blood.
Maybe he's sick.
See, with a sickness which drains a man of his fire. He's dying, my compadres. He's dying of conscience and remorse. Soon he will crawl into his hole and shut off the world behind him.
Then why we not just wait and see?
Because it is dangerous to those around him. And because I want to see him squirm before he dies. Squirm in his belly, in his heart. Dusak, find me a culebra.
A snake?
With an angry face and death in his mouth.
El Oso does not like snake, you know that.
I know that very well. We're going to have some fun. Maybe we watch the big bear dance tonight.
Abe McLean, oh? Is he alive? Just barely. Well, let's get him inside.
Hey!
Voilà, Comancheros. I bring you His Majesty the King of the Chamiso Bush. Monsieur Rattlesnake.
Dusak? Bet you $5 he goes north when he comes out of that bag.
And I bet you...
I bet you $5 he goes south.
Hey, Dusak, where'd you get that chicken snake?
Hey, don't let him out of that bag or we'll all be dead chickens.
He's no chicken snake. He's 100% rattlers. And he can spit and strike like the devil.
Dusak.
Hey, go!
So this Cartwright don't mean anything to you, huh? Look at him, my compadres. Sweating like a stuck pig. I ain't taking no more orders from this old woman. His orders are to protect his parientes, not us. From now on, I give the orders here.
Look like I shoot the wrong snake.
This snake can strike like the devil, too.
Drop that gun, hombre. Now, if there are any more snakes among the Comancheros, Gunnar wants to know about them. No? All right, then. Go to sleep. We move out at dawn.
Boy, you should have seen that place. Old man Traeger was dead. Everything was ransacked, looted, busted up.
Was there any sign of Joe and Carrie? Only signs of where he was working, Pop.
Boy, if it was Indians, they sure didn't leave no sign.
They couldn't have been Indians. They needed wagons to haul away as much stuff as they did.
What difference does it make who it was? They've got Joe and Carrie, haven't they?
It's all right. Abe, it's Ben Cartwright. Take it easy now. Everything's all right.
Ben?
Abe, who was it?
The leader was on a big black horse. Old man with a beard. Big Mexican hat.
Abe. Abe. Was he carrying an Indian lance?
Boy, it just can't be.
No, it's like Gunnar said. He was born like an animal under the stars.
Boy, it just don't make sense. The other day up at the
Don't
lake...
try to understand it. You just can't look that deep into a man's soul to see what he's really like.
Let's go get little Joe.
Adam, get one of the men to look after Mr. McLean.
like we lost a trail. This rock's so hard, nothing to make a track on it. Paul, I think we ought to split up.
I don't know if that's such a good idea. Must be a lot of them.
It's the only way we'll find them, Pa.
Besides that, it'll be a lot quieter.
All right. On one condition. That none of us tries to get Joe out of there by himself. And they must have camped somewhere around here for the night. All right, whoever finds that camp, we don't do anything about it. We meet on top of that ridge about an hour from now, and then we decide what to do. Agreed?
I hurt my ankle. Keep running.
I can't leave you.
I said
Joe.
keep running.
Now, muchacho.
Everything's gonna be all right. Now, where's Joe? Gary, where is he?
He's dead, Haas. He's dead.
What are you talking about?
I saw it. He shot him.
Gary, are you sure? Where did it happen?
He's back there in some rocks.
Come on.
Oh, no, Haas.
Carrie, now you listen to me. I ain't gonna leave you here, and I ain't turning back. Now you come on, you hear? Come on. I used to lay in bed at night when I was a little boy, wondering where my Uncle Gunnar was, wondering what he was doing.
I told you, you did not like what I had to tell.
You killed little Joe. And uncle or no uncle, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, no, Haas, no.
You stay out of this.
Joe. Oh, you hurt bad, Joe.
Hey, Punky, I thought they done killed you, boy.
No, not this time. Where's your uncle, Haas?
Yeah, I know.
He saved our lives. And then he helped us get away.
I tried to tell you, Haas.
Amigos! I'm going to kill you, amigos. Don't move. I know the old man pretty well. When I kill you, he will die too. Vaca! Don't move, old man! Don't move! You move, I will kill them!
Take your choice, Vaca. Them or me.
I just didn't understand, Uncle Gunnar.
Don't you go getting stuck in the mud, Sonny. Sometimes it's not so easy to get out.
Don't talk.
I'm not asking forgiveness from nobody, you hear?
I hear.
What I done because I wanted. It's the strength in man.
Yes, sir.
Forgive me, Sonny. Forgive.
Sheriff tells me the Comancheros have pulled out. Posse's after him.
Uncle Gunnar liked this place. Said it was peaceful, quiet. Said it was a good place.
I guess that's what he was always looking for. Peace and quiet. That little boat that was always just out of his reach.
What little boat?
Oh, boat he was always dreaming about.
Paul, you said that it wasn't possible for a man to see inside another man deep enough to know what he was really like. I think I did. Just before he died.
Come on, he wouldn't want us to mourn over him.
No, I reckon he wouldn't at that. He just wasn't that sort of man, was he?